And howdy fellas, this is B Jr. hanging out in the movie cave, Sacred Man Cave, coming to you today with a hardcore VHS update. That's right, it's all VHS, nothing but the best in scratchy picture and audio quality today. Can't stand it, and I've got this VHS binge. I got to be the only guy. The only one, guys. The only guy out there that stopped at every thrift store known to man on the way home from vacation just to find 50-cent and dollar deals on VHSs. Not just any old VHS tape, guys. I'm talking about VHSs, for me anyway, that are rarities or basically just childhood favorites that I didn't have to have on DVD or any other format, or, you know, just good finds, basically. You know, ones that I just wanted to have the cover art for, collectability, something like that. So without further delay, we're going to dive right in today. We got Jason watching my back there and the mutilator looking on, so I'm ready to rock and roll with this update. Here is one that's so bad it's good. It's one of those I remember renting a lot, and I just really enjoyed the action in the movie. It is Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer. I've been on a Rutger Hauer kick here lately. Been watching Blade Runner and Nighthawks and some of his other films that he was in, and Wanted Dead or Alive and movies like that. He had a slump in the 90s, of course, but he's getting back to form nowadays. So, but I really enjoyed this one. Blind Swordsman. It's got appearances by Meg Foster, Randall Tex Cobb, and even got an appearance at the end by Sho Kosugi, who you know from the ninja films. He's badass. I love him. But basically, Blind Swordsman. I can't help but think that I used to be a Daredevil comics fan back in the day, guys, and still am for that matter. They borrowed a lot of stuff for his character in this movie from that comic book character, the superhuman hearing and all that stuff. But Blind Fury, had to have it. 80s guilty pleasure, St. Elmo's Fire. Didn't have to have it on DVD or anything. You can't be a product of the 80s without watching this and maybe Breakfast Club and some of the other ones out there. Anyway, had to have it. Here's one. It's a little movie, and that just is what it is. It's a Bob Clark film. Bob Clark, you know, from making movies like Black Christmas, the Porky's movies, Christmas Story, Death Dream, you know, all kinds of films throughout the years. May rest in peace. He made this one in the mid-'80s, From the Hip, with Judd Nelson. It's a little-known Bob Clark film. It's got some of his regular actors that show up in his other movies in this one. It didn't really set the world on fire. It's kind of a half drama, half comedy. I always enjoyed it. It's kind of like a comedy in a courtroom kind of thing, so I don't know. Cheap, picked it up. Bob Clark's the man. Had to have it. Here is a classic. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. 50 cents. I figured, man, you know, why even wait to pick it up on DVD or anything like that? Go ahead and get it cheap. It's something you're going to watch about once a year, and it's a classic, so I don't know. I love the cover art too. Reminds me of my childhood. Here's another one from the childhood. Got great cover art too. Santa Claus the movie. It's like Santa Claus is a superhero or something. And oddly enough, it's by producer Alexander Salkind, who brought us the Superman movies. Anyway, John Lithgow, Dudley Moore. Great little flick on Media Home Entertainment. Many a night watching Media Home Entertainment on rental tapes, guys. Do you get that feeling? I always get that funny feeling down deep in my stomach, man, when the Media Home logo comes up on the screen. I love it. I love it. Here's a good documentary I watched the other night. It's about a 2.5 hour long kind of filmed footage documentary, so to speak. This is Elvis. Came out in the early 80s. It's got tons of good performances of Elvis throughout his life from the 50s on up to his passing in the 70s. Kind of sad in some parts and kind of fun in some parts too. Got a lot of music in it. I'm kind of a back burner Elvis fan, so I had to pick this one up. Here, speaking of music, this is the one from the 80s on into the 90s. I was on this kick in the early 90s when I was in high school and trying to find the most messed up, weirdest movies. And I think Clockwork Orange was in there, and this one was definitely in there too. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Of course, kind of like a overblown, kind of a very, very much elongated music video is what this movie is, basically, with a lot of imagery. Set to their album The Wall. So, you know, Pink Floyd The Wall, what else can I say about it? Just one of those kind of movies. Here's a comedy I got today. As a matter of fact, I just threw it in with this update. This is a little known comedy with Michael Keaton, Johnny Dangerously. Had to have it. It's not the best comedy in the world, but it's got Joe Piscopo in it, and it's just Some appearances by Mary Lou Henner, and I think Danny DeVito shows up in this one too. It's just got some good moments in it, and I like 80s comedy, so grabbed it. Here's a little Disney movie from yesteryear from my childhood, The Black Hole. That's right. This is one of those kind of new age clamshell collector's deals here from Anchor Bay. It's in a widescreen transfer too, so I'm really looking forward to revisiting this one. I have not seen this one since I was probably knee-high to a bullfrog, and that's short. Another 80s. I've been on this 80s thing here lately, probably in my subconscious. Young Blood, that's right. Rob Lowe playing hockey. Not much else to say about it, other than the fact that I think it's got an early, kind of an earlier role for Patrick Swayze in this one too. May he rest in peace. Anyway, that's on one of those cool silver top MGM tapes. Anyway, I have to check that one out again. Here's a classic. I've got the original on VHS, and this one is Empire Strikes Back. This is the non-messed up regular version. This is a CBS Fox or the Fox Video. It is only full screen, of course. The guys, I'm gonna tell on myself. I have those on DVD that are in widescreen and special edition deal and all that. The original trilogy is the one I grew up watching, and I gotta be honest, when I want to go back and sit in the living room on the old school TV and watch these, I'm gonna drag out these VHSs. I can't wait to get a Return of the Jedi. I'm gonna line them all up on a display in here somewhere. But these three movies got watched so much growing up, and I had to have this one. Mainly just from a cover art, collectible standpoint. I'm a Star Wars nut, but of the original trilogy. Okay, guys. You can't have an outing without some Chuck. That's right. Good guys wear black. I've had this DVD before. My DVD got scratched or something, or I had to get rid of it. Basically, I just grabbed the tape here because this is one of the 70s Chuck Norris movies, kind of the more ultra low budget ones. His movies were usually always low budget, but this one was one of his breakout roles. Good guys were. It's got a sticker on there I think I can take off. It's covering up his mustache, man. You can't cover the power of Chuck Norris's mustache, man. There's another fist behind it waiting to come out to get you. Anyway, sorry, there's a Chuck Norris joke for you. This has got the little scene on his sunglasses where he kicks through the front glass in the car, or the front windshield. Anyway, you gotta have some Chuck Norris, man. It's just one of those things. It's a requirement. To round it out, guys, this was my this movie sucks. I'll just go ahead and tell you that. I'm an absolute fan of the original movie. This movie is The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, the original Part 2, that is, from 1985. The follow-up movie by, yes, Wes Craven directed this movie 1 year after he directed the ultra breakout movie of Nightmare on Elm Street. Why he did this movie, I don't know, because the movie sucks. It's just a big mess. But it's got cool cover art with Michael Berryman on it. This tape was in really good shape, and I don't see this one around that much at all. I mean, I have yet to see this. I haven't seen this tape out in a long, long time on any shelves at all. I mean, any used movie stores or anything. So I went ahead and jumped at the chance and got it. It was $1. Went ahead and picked it up. I've got the original one on that was in my first VHS update a little while back. And I don't know, I just had to have it to be completist about it, cover art. Plus, whenever I get in that bad and that good way kind of needs, I'm going to pull this bad boy out and watch it. There you have it. Hills Have Eyes Part 2. What a mess. That's been your VHS update. Thrift store goodness. Buy cheap. You'll enjoy it, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.